This is Aisha and welcome to our 68th Kotlin tutorial, and in this tutorial I will be talking about the class delegation. So what is delegation? Delegation is a mechanism in which an object delegates a request to another object. So the basic idea behind this is a derived class can be inherited from a base interface. So for the derived class we have to create a class first, and then for this we have to create a base interface first. So the basic concept of class delegation is a derived class can be inherited from a base interface, and it can delegate the public methods of the base interface to a specified object. Now let's create an example and then you will see. For example, here I'm going to create an interface using the interface keyword, and then we will have the name of interface, for example base, and then we will have the body of the interface. So inside the body of the interface I'm going to create a function, display function. Now I have to provide the implementation of this base interface. So I'll be using class base impli is the name of our class, for example, and then we will have primary constructor and a variable. For example, a is the variable of integer type, and then it inherits from the base interface, so we will put a colon and then the name of the interface, and then we will have the body. So inside the body we have to provide the implementation of this interface. So I will write override fun the display method, because I'm going to provide the implementation of the base interface, so I have to provide the implementation of this method. Then we will have the body of this function. So inside the body of the function I am simply printing the value of our variable, which is a. So now I can write a here. Now I am going to create a new class, and this class will be inherited from the base class. So this will be the child class. I can write child, we will have a, and from base, so base is the interface, the base interface, then class is implemented for this implementation of this base interface, and it is inherited from this base interface. Then we will have again base by a. Okay, so I'm going to change this variable, for example x. Now we have used this keyword by. So this by is used to indicate that x, or this variable x, will be stored in object internally, and all the methods forwarding to this variable x of base interface will be generated by the compiler. Now inside the main function I'm going to create a variable. For example, x is the name of a variable. Okay, this is not a variable, this is an object. So I'm going to create an object of the base impli class, base implementation class, which implements our interface, and then I'm going to pass an argument, for example any value, any integer value, for example 4, and then we will use the name of the child class, and then inside these parameters we will have x, and then we will have dot, and then we will call the display method. So now what we did in this tutorial is we have an interface named base which has a function display, then we have used a class which is inherited from this base interface, and then we have provided the implementation of this function, display function. So we have overridden the function, and we have provided the definition of this function, which prints the variable or the value which will be passed when the object is created. Then we have created another class, this is child class. Again it is inherited from the base interface, and then we have used this by keyword, which specifies that x will be stored in objects internally, and all the methods forwarding to x of base interface will be compiled or will be generated by the compiler. Then we have used this child class, and inside the parameters we have passed the object of the base implementation class, and then we have called our display method. Now run the program, and you will have 4 printed on the output screen because of this print line statement. Here you can see that 4 is printed. So guys, that's it for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.